Hello students. So today we will discuss the last topic of Python Pandas 2. Okay, and the important one here we will discuss database connectivity, means how we can import or export data between MySQL and Pandas. But I hope you must have learned about MySQL in class 11th. So today we will discuss the connectivity between MySQL and Pandas. But for that, beta, the module mysql.connector must be installed. Okay. So if this one is installed, then we can do the connectivity between MySQL and our Python pandas. So for connectivity beta, we are having basically 6 steps. And what are those 6 steps that we will discuss? The very first step we have to do is to import our connector. Okay, so the connector which will be needed is mysql.connector. So how to import? Just you have to write import mysql.connector as whatever alias name you want to give. Okay, similarly as we were doing in case of pandas and numpy, similarly you may give any alias name to mysql.connector also. Okay, now second, already we have imported our module. Now second step is to form the connection between our database. Okay, so to form the connection object, of some parameters are needed beta, and I will explain you the parameters. Okay, so let me show you that in my system I have already installed it beta. MySQL workbench is here. So for connectivity some parameters are needed, and what are those parameters I will explain you here. This is name of our connection. This may be anything. Okay, now we have to use which function? But a connect function. Now since this connect function belongs to this module, we have to write what? This name to access the function. So that's why we are writing here sq.connect. Okay, so instead of writing mysql.connector.connect, you may write only sq.connect, because that is the purpose of using the alias name, so that our code should be reduced. Okay, here the code is not being reduced, here only we are giving the alias name to our module. Okay, so host means where we are hosting the system itself. This is local host. Okay, then user, when we are installing beta mysql workbench, here you will find that user is during installation time one user will be there, and you have to provide the password. So here the name of the user is root. So similarly we have to write in the code that user is equal to root, and then password, whatever password you have given during the configuration time, that you have to provide. In my case it is password itself. Let me show you. When I will connect this, it will ask me for the password, and now it will be connected. Okay, so that's why you have to write host is equal to localhost, then username user equal to root, and password equal to password. One more parameter is needed beta. I will come to that parameter in the next example. First let us take only these 3 parameters. Okay, so this was the second statement, that yes, what are needed? Host, localhost, user, root, password, whatever password you have set. Then database means through which database you want your connectivity. Okay, so suppose the name of the database in my example is school, then you have to write the name of the database as well. Okay, whatever database you want to connect with it, you have to provide it name. Okay, done. Then the third one is create cursor object beta. Cursor object means it is a set of records, and our cursor will point to those set of records. Okay, here we are creating object of our cursor. So again this may be any name. CUR I have given, you may choose any name. Then we have to write SQL query. Since we want the connectivity between Python pandas and MySQL, then SQL, this structured language query, is then needed. Okay, so that on the basis of that query our result will be displayed. So here any query that you want to execute using Python code, then this execute function is used to execute the query. Here we have written the query, then it is to be executed, so the query will be executed by using the execute function. Okay, and then after performing our execution, we have to close our connection using close function. So all these functions, but remember what are the different functions used under this mysql.connector? Let me tell you once again. This connect function, then cursor function, then execute function, then close function, all these are needed for database connectivity. Okay, so these are the steps. Okay, now suppose what I want to do with it, let me show you here that what are the different database we are having. So for that we are having command show databases. Okay, if you will execute this command, it will display you what are the different databases available. Now see, here we are having 6 databases, so all the 6 will be displayed here. Now the same thing I want to do, but not here. I want to do the same thing but using the Python code. Now let us see how to do that. So see, I have written here, I have imported this one. Okay, so in this particular example there is no need to import pandas, just it has been included. So we have not used this pandas module in this particular example, so let it be. Let me make it, let it be. Okay, so what is the first step? The first step was to import the module, already we have done. The second one was to create the connection object, so again we are doing it. We are using host is equal to localhost, we are using user equal to root, password is equal to password, but I have not given the database because for this particular example I don't want to connect with any database. Okay, I just want to see what are the different databases available there. Okay, if you want to work on some specific table, then you have to mention the name of database, but in the present example just I want to see what are the different databases are available. Okay, so for that the fourth I have not given the database parameter. Okay, so the next step is to create the cursor object. Yes, we have created, and next step is what, the SQL query. So here what we have written, show databases is the command now to display the different databases. So similarly here in Q I have written show databases command, but it will be executed only when we will use execute function. Okay, so here we will execute the function. Now see, what are these two lines? When we have written this cursor dot execute queue, it means it may have number of records. For example, here we are having how many records in the output? We are having 6 records in the output. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 records in the output. Okay, so we want to display all the 6 records, and these records are stored where? These records are stored here in the cursor object. All the records are in the cursor object, so we want to display each record. So what it will do, for I in cursor means for each record in the cursor we want to print the each record, that's so that it will display all the records. Okay, so if you will not use this one, so it will not print you the records. Got it? So this is for each record. When you want to travel to each record, you have to use this loop, because all the records are in the form of a cursor set under this one. Okay, now let us see the next one. Suppose we want to we are having one database school, and under that school we are having one table student. Let me show you it. Already we are having one database school. Okay, let me execute this. It will open our database, and we are having here one table named student. So let us execute this one. It will describe the table, means what are the, now see, it describe our table, that what are the fields. Fields are roll number, name, and standard means class. Now same thing we will do but using Python code. Here we are doing the same thing using MySQL, but there we will do using Python code. Now this time this database is needed because we want to work on which table beta. We want to work on the table student, which belongs to which database, which belongs to school database. So here this parameter is mandatory. Okay, so the same steps you have to follow, but what will be the change beta? The change will be here. Here the SQL statement will be DESC student, and the same thing. Now see, here we are having the details of our table, roll number, integer, all these details come here. Okay, now the table is there. Suppose we want to insert a particular value. Okay, already I have entered 3 records there. Let me check how many records I have already entered. Then I will show you one more record to enter. Okay, select star from student. This thing must be known to all of you, I hope. School dot students. I think it is only student. Now see, 3 records are already there. I have already inserted these 3 records. So let us insert the 4th record using the code. Okay. So what we can do here, the same thing. Here in SQL query, what we will do, we will insert the 4th command. Okay. Let me change the name and let it be. Okay. So you can see here, one extra line of code is there. And since here what we are doing, we are inserting records into our table. Okay, if we are accessing any records, in that case we want to see the output here. That's why I have not used any print statement, because we are going to perform insertion, and this insertion will be reflected to our database. Okay, so this one is needed. This commit function is used to do the changes permanent. Okay, if you will not write commit function here, whatever changes you are doing here will not be reflected back to your database. So now see, let us execute this function. Already now this is under process. So once it will be executed, we will check there in our database that whether this record has been added or not. Okay, it is done, you see. Now let us see that whether the 4th record has been added in our database or not. Let us execute this one once again, and see here the 4th one is added. Got it? Now other techniques to add records are also there. If we want to add record, there are multiple ways to insert records. Now see, here we can store our data in the form of dictionary. Here this one is the symbol for dictionary, this parenthesis symbol is for dictionary. So the same data can be entered into the form of dictionary also. So what we are doing here, we are writing the same SQL statement here, and instead of passing here roll number, name and class, what I have written here, %s, 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 it means here we are having the data. Okay, but be careful when you will use execute function. Here you have to write what, the SQL statement and the second parameter data. Now data will coming from this dictionary. So what will happen here, %s will take value from the first parameter of dictionary, the second s will take value from the second parameter of dictionary, and the third s will take data from the third part of dictionary. Okay, now let me execute this one also. Let me give here 5 and let me change the name. Let us see whether it is working or not. Let us execute this one and let us see whether this process is working or not. Okay, so where it has been, this one. Okay, so let us see whether the 5th one has been inserted or not. Yes, see, the 5th has been also inserted. Now one more way. Let me give you all the different ways to insert record. And next, suppose you don't want to give static value. Okay, you want that it should be asked to you that what values you want to enter. Okay, so in that case we are having input functions. When you want to enter some values, you have to use input functions. So since roll number is integer number, that's why I have written here int function, because input function takes the value in the form of string. Okay, so for roll number, since in the database we have make the column roll number as number, so here you have to convert it into integer. Name is a string, so no need for the conversion. Class, again I have given their integer, so it must be converted into integer. Now the same thing I have done, I have made a dictionary and the values are coming from A, B and C. Now rest of the things are same. Now let us execute and see how it will execute. Now it looks nicer better, because it will ask you to enter the details. Okay, now see here, it will ask you that what roll number you want to enter. Suppose I want to enter roll number 7. Okay, then name any name, and then class, suppose 11. Okay, done. Now we have to check there whether it has been entered or not. Now see, sorry, whether is, now see, seventh one is also added. Okay, now these are the different methods to insert records bete. Okay, so we can do all type of SQL query using these 6 steps. So I have shown you how to display databases. Now you can create your table also from here, Python code. Okay, but remember the mysql.connector should be there. So this was the end of this chapter bete. So the most important concept, that is data handling Python pandas, we have already covered. The chapter is having the maximum weightage and it is the most important chapter unit of your syllabus. So today we have finished this unit, that is data handling, and I hope you all have understood this unit clearly. Still, if you are having any doubt, then don't hesitate to ask me bete. Thank you.